You're listening to the Caps, Locks, and Chair Shots podcast. Good morning, good afternoon, or good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Whenever and wherever you may be listening to us, you have your ears locked into the Caps, Locks, and Chair Shots podcast. My name is Edward Keene. I'm your host for these festivities. And joining me, as always, he is the muscle of the podcast, future something champion, and voice of all of Southeast Asia. He is the one, the only, the Jaime.
What's up, wrestling fans? Let's do this.
And also joining me, he is my arch nemesis, my tag team partner, and my very best friend. You know him from all around the internet, but you can only find his wrestling stuff right here. Ladies and gentlemen, this is Johnny Bananas.
Hey, what's up, everybody? How's it going tonight? We got a bunch to talk about, and Ed, GFY.
Thank you, Daniel. Thank you. And also joining us, this man is all too familiar with laying the smackdown on everybody and loves wrestling so much he may just be too kayfabe to care. Ladies and gentlemen, it's the Purple Greyhound himself, Adam.
What's up, guys, man? Rumble this Sunday. I'm pumped. I'm pumped for the podcast. Let's do this thing.
All right, as Adam said, the Royal Rumble is Sunday. What do you think we're going to talk about? Dan's got a bunch of headlines he's going to shock us all with, since Adam and I have been out of the loop a little this week. So Dan is going to run the back half of this show. I'm going to run the front half, but we're going to start this show how we start every show. And Jaime is going to start us off with his one big thing.
Sasha Banks getting her boss back.
We're going to talk about that here later on, because I think I know where you're going. Danny boy, one big thing.
Alexa Bliss appears to be finally ready to get back into the ring.
Oh, interesting. Will we see something on Sunday? Adam.
One big thing is probably this whole kayfabe or not, what John Cena's doing right now. Is he actually hurt? What is he really doing?
Okay, and my one big thing is stuff that didn't technically happen according to 7 people in striped shirts. We're going to talk about that later on as well. All right, guys, we know what Sunday is. It's the Royal Rumble. We found out... Yeah, I know, it's like this big thing or something. We found out a lot this week. Who's in, who's not in. And we're going to do a little game. We're going to play over-under here later on in the show. But first, Daniel, what are you looking most forward to on Sunday?
The Men's Rumble and how R-Truth truly plays into it, being in the number 30 spot.
Let's talk about that for a second. We're going to talk more in depth about both Rumble matches later on. But what do y'all think about that? I mean, obviously this is just like a brain dead choice, right?
I would say yes. It's to me it sucks when they always announce the number 30, because I feel like as most fans you want something unexpected in that number 30 spot, and now that we know what it is, and I mean, just in my opinion, R-Truth is underwhelming. So it is what it is, but I like that he has a story, though. At least there has something.
Jaime.
It makes it interesting if are they going to push R-Truth, because like having Carmella in the last spot of the Women's Rumble, we know that there's something possible for Carmella, but how about R-Truth? Is there something really possible for him? That's what's interesting to me.
Well, has R-Truth been any kinds of relevant since Little Jimmy disappeared? Whatever happened to Little Jimmy? I mean, did R-Truth get medication now? I mean, what's going on there? Does anybody know? Do we know the whereabouts of R-Truth? Does somebody need to get a hold of Unsolved Mysteries, which apparently is making a comeback?
Well, he did just get done taking a vacation with Carmella at WWE headquarters not too long ago.
Is that a vacation you would take, Dan?
No.
You wouldn't want to go see where the sausage is made?
No.
Fair enough. All right. Let's break down the card, shall we? We have 2 matches on the pre-show, it appears. Rusev and Shinsuke Nakamura are going to fight over a title that nobody remembers existed. Adam, is it Rusev Day, or are we in the nation of Nakamura?
It's Rusev Day. I don't think. Personally, I don't think they would just take the title away from him after like such a short run. They've done it before. They do weird things. Sometimes they switch plans, but I think it should stay with Rusev if I was booking it.
Jaime, give me something.
Rusev Day.
Fair enough. Daniel?
Rusev Day.
Machka.
Okay, so Nakamura's going to win because we're all in agreement. So that leads us to this. If Nakamura loses, is this sayonara to the Japanese import?
Hope not. No, I don't think so. It's go for it, Dan.
I think when Nakamura's contract's up, now that there is another upstart promotion in the States that is guaranteeing, they are saying they are going to pay all the wrestlers at least 6 figures.
We made it 6 minutes and 30 seconds.
I think we could see Nakamura leave, yes.
We made it 6 minutes and 30 seconds without somebody bringing up the AEW. That's how long we made it.
It's a wrestling podcast. It should be brought up.
That's just triggered.
Okay. Jaime, you get to pick the next match. Buddy Murphy versus Akira Tozawa versus Hideo Itami versus Kalisto for a belt nobody cares about. Part 2. Who wins, Jaime?
I'm still going with Buddy Murphy. I'm still high on that guy. Although not a lot of people watch 205 Live, but I'm still high on Buddy Murphy.
Adam?
He's finally getting his time.
Okay.
Yeah, I agree. Buddy Murphy, he should go over for sure. But as I've said in previous podcasts, Tozawa is my guy, and I would actually like to see him with the title at some point. But I think Murphy goes over here.
Now, just want to point something out. Look at every wrestler that's had, fights with a mouthpiece. Not all of them have been exactly cared for by Vince McMahon. Kurt Angle, Cesaro, Tozawa. Don't like his chances. Daniel, who you picking?
I feel like this one is going to be Hideo Itami.
I would like that too.
I agree with you. He's coming back off an energy. He's still, even though we haven't seen him in, a year, and even then it was 2 weeks, and then a year before that, the guy is still very over and very talented, and I think they're going to want to use him in the right way here. I like Itami as well.
The reason I would question that is if you try to get in the head of Vince McMahon, which is pretty crazy to even think about, but to me, I feel like he thinks Hideo Itami is injury prone, which history shows itself. He's very injury prone. He gets hurt a lot. So I think that would be a reason why they wouldn't put the strap on him.
Yeah, that's very true. Remember the time that they were building Itami to debut on the main roster as Kenta, but then they decided otherwise and sent him down to NXT?
Yep.
Fair enough. Daniel?
I know what you're saying, but it's been known that Triple H is behind 205 Live. So
that's true.
I don't know how much input Vince is going to have in that.
He will have final say, I guarantee it.
Does he though? Does he have final say in NXT? And
absolutely, he has final say in everything.
No, he doesn't. He does not have final say in NXT.
He doesn't have final say in NXT.
Okay, maybe not NXT. I'm saying 205 Live, anything WWE under WWE's name.
I just don't think.
Adam, you're shooting yourself in the foot because it's billed as WWE NXT. Even the UK stuff.
Except NXT.
I'm just saying it. Let's compare the two here. Both of them are things that, don't get a lot of national attention. Both of them are network exclusives, and both of them are kind of outside the periphery of Vince, who just cares about ratings and money, or so we assume. Just saying, if it's on the network, maybe it's not high on his priority list.
I don't think it's high on his priority list, but I think he has a ton of input. I think he has final say over 205 Live. And I really do think he has final say over some NXT things. Big, huge matches, I think he would have final say. If he doesn't like something, he would tell Triple H, no, that's not happening.
And,
it's his. If he wants something to happen, it's going to happen.
And Triple H.
Live, I believe he has to say, but for NXT, I don't think so. Because you know how many Vince McMahon guys are in NXT? Like the Vince McMahon prototypes.
The stockholders?
Oh my god.
See, Adam, this is why you're wrong about the whole NXT thing. You might, Vince might have some say in 205 Live, but this is why you're wrong about NXT. Because if Vince wants something to happen with these guys at NXT, i.e. Lars Sullivan, that's the reason why Lars Sullivan is no longer in NXT. Vince said, I want this guy and I want him now.
And then we'll just show vignettes of him forever and say he's going to feud with Cena, and then it won't happen.
Oh my gosh, they did this with somebody else too, and I can't think of the guy's name.
That is exactly why you're wrong about the whole NXT thing, though. Because if Vince wants a guy down there, they're coming to the main roster, and they're getting a storyline immediately.
I agree. I'm agreeing with you that Triple H would have almost every final say, but if Vince wants something, if he's really dead set on something, I just think nobody's going to tell him no.
Guys, we are spending way too much time on a match that's on a pre-show that nobody's going to watch and or care about.
I'll watch the match.
I mean,
think it might steal the show, man.
Think about it. The Royal Rumble typically lasts 4 hours. The pre-show is going to last at least an hour. I don't know if I want to dedicate 5 hours of my life,
6,
whatever, away from my girlfriend, who apparently has grown to hate wrestling for some reason, and my children, who I may or may not have, to watch 4 guys I haven't seen in over a year do something in front of no crowd, nowhere, no how, that I don't care about. I'm just saying we're spending too much time on this. Let's move on. The Bar is taking on The Miz and Shane McMahon. Daniel, you get first crack.
Oh my god, my heart and my head are telling me 2 different things. The Bar.
You're dumb. Jaime, who do you got?
I got Miz and Shane here.
You're smart. Adam?
I got the Bar as well.
You're dumb.
What's the point of them winning the titles? Like, we are just waiting for Miz to turn on Shane, correct?
No.
I think it could be the other way around.
Miz is going into WrestleMania as a face to versus Bryan. 100%.
Yeah, I think it could be the other way around and Shane turns on The Miz. And I don't think it's sewn here. I think it'll be at their first title defense at the Elimination Chamber. The comedy is too good here. Like, The Miz and Shane work amazing together. They just do.
Agree. I'm not into it.
But it's good stuff. It's like and one of these days we're gonna have to talk ad nauseum about The Miz. How far he has come from guest hosting Monday Night Raw, fresh out of the real world, to being arguably the best all-round WWE wrestler in the company.
Oh my god!
Are you serious right now?
For so long that people like to see him as a babyface and are actually loving it. And Miz is killing it as a babyface.
I'm just not digging it.
Really?
This is my personal opinion, man.
Really?
I'm not a Miz fan.
Really?
Never have been, never will be.
Really?
Dude, I don't buy it. I don't like his in-ring style a lot. I think he's very soft in ring.
Really?
And now when somebody says, well, you get in there and do it, I'm not saying
really.
That. I'm just saying, as a fan, I don't like his
really
style. I'm dead serious. I want somebody who lays it in.
I don't think he caught on to what I was doing. All right, let's move on. Ronda Rousey is defending her WWE Raw Women's Championship against Sasha Banks. Jaime, Did you like the full moon that happened on Monday? And I'm not talking about the lunar eclipse.
Yeah.
Yeah, who wouldn't like that? But I thought the funniest part was I saw a tweet by I think it was Scott Dawson. He was saying like, "Hey, that happened to me. Nobody was talking about it." I'm like, "Well, yeah, we all. I mean, there's an obvious reason. You have some mutton chops and
Yeah,
are
and
not
she
good looking
doesn't.
at all."
Daniel, would you like to comment on Sasha Banks' derriere?
Not yet. I have not had a chance to fully watch that clip in the way that I feel like I should, so I don't want to comment.
Okay, so you got to go to the store to get some Kleenex, is what you're saying.
I have
Gotcha.
a feeling,
Pick
I have
the
a feeling
match.
I will be thoroughly happy with it, though.
Mm-hmm. Are you saying you'll be completely satisfied?
No, I'm not going as far as you did.
Pick the match, Daniel. Pick the match.
The next match?
No. Who wins, Rousey or Banks?
Rousey.
Yeah, we all know that.
I literally must have had my mic muted because I did say that, like, as you were in the middle of saying that.
Yeah, we can hear you pause and unpause yourself. We didn't hear a word of it. Jaime, those two pick Ronda. Who do you got?
I'm going with Ronda.
Yeah, so Sasha's winning this one then. Asuka.
This is the match you put your money on. I'm telling you.
Mm-hmm. And this is the match that Vince McMahon loves to make everybody go, "Oh, what just happened?"
No.
I'm telling you, this is a sneaky pick to just shock the hell out of everybody.
You just picked Rousey.
I mean, I'm just saying, it's sneaky the way it could be. It's like, the Saints were a sneaky good pick to win the Super Bowl, and then they went up against 18 other players on the field.
Oh my God.
Asuka is defending her SmackDown Women's Championship against the man, Becky Lynch. Adam, it's your turn. Who do you got?
Man, give me Becky. I don't like Asuka at all.
Jaime.
She's just not over to like. They make her out to be so over, and I just don't. She's just not that over.
Fair enough.
Somebody doesn't speak English that well. You're not gonna get over that well.
See, Shinsuke
in
Nakamura.
WWE.
The thing about Asuka is that she lost her mystique the moment that she lost to Charlotte Flair. Like her first loss in the WWE.
Great match.
She lost. Like nobody takes her seriously anymore after that.
That was her one claim to fame. Yeah, I agree.
Maybe that's what they're trying to do with this. Daniel, what do you think?
Becky, 100%.
Okay.
She's too hot right now to not have the title.
I will give you that. Since she broke her face, I don't know, maybe it's me, but has she gotten more attractive to anybody else?
I think it's just the whole persona and everything there.
Yeah,
but
it's a persona.
You know what else it is too? The reason why I think Becky wins this is because when Charlotte wins the Rumble, she'll now have a true decision to make. Does she fight Becky again, or does she face Ronda? Which is another way to build Becky up even more, because Becky can say, you're disrespecting me, and you're fighting Ronda when I'm the real champion. I'm the man.
And you're scared, blah, blah, blah. It also gives them a way to shake up the rosters before that big move to that 3-letter network happens. All right. The WWE Championship will be on the line when the new Daniel Bryan takes on the old AJ Styles. Jaime, I believe it's your turn. Give me a winner.
I'm going with the new Daniel Bryan.
Fair enough.
Sorry, AJ.
Any particular reason why?
Because there are going to be more interesting feuds for Daniel Bryan heading into WrestleMania. Knowing that he hasn't held the top title in a long time, so probably there are overflowing ideas on creative. But for AJ, he could not hold the title for a year and he could still stay relevant because he's AJ Styles.
Okay. Daniel?
It's Daniel Bryan, because I'm just going to keep saying it. Daniel Bryan versus The Miz at WrestleMania with Miz as a face.
Adam?
I would think it has to be Daniel Bryan, and I agree with Jaime when he says AJ doesn't really need the title. I think Daniel Bryan, weirdly enough, he needs the title right now more to not be relevant. He's always going to be relevant in WWE, but just he needs to push more. AJ really, I think he's proven time and time again now that he doesn't need it. His work proves that too.
Okay. All right. I'm going to go with AJ just to disagree with all of you guys. Last match before we take a minute minute break. Brock Lesnar is defending his Universal Championship against Finn Balor. And before we get there, me and Dan had this conversation way back at the very, very beginning of the show. Back when the Universal Championship debuted. Is it called the Universal Championship because the GFW merged with Impact or whatever debacle that was and called theirs the Global Championship, so the WWE had to one-up them? What did we ever decide on that one, Daniel?
No, it's the Universal Championship because it's the WWE Universe. And that's the people's belt.
Yeah, I don't even think Vince knows about like other promotions and what they're doing. He doesn't care.
I think you guys, you're not giving him enough credit. Anyway, all right, match. Daniel, any chance Finn Balor has?
1%.
We're going to talk about 1% or a certain 1%er there. So you're taking Brock then?
That was 100% a 1% leeway.
Nice.
Adam?
Finn has a 0% chance. Wow. It's easy for me to say. He has a 0% chance of winning, but he has a 100% chance of stealing the show.
Okay. Jaime?
Man, Brock.
Now, let me start by saying that I'm actually curious about how Brock will cooperate with Finn Balor, because he isn't the most cooperative wrestler in the past
It'll
when
be
it
just
comes
like
to the
Daniel
ring.
Bryan.
But yeah, my pick is Brock Lesnar for this.
The show stealer.
You guys are wrong. I think Finn sneaky wins here.
No way.
Why not?
Man, that would be what a moment it would be though.
I'm telling you.
It'd be like 2014 when The Undertaker lost and you got that one guy, like, shocked guy.
Well, no, you know what would be just, yeah, I'd love it. I'd love everything about it. All right. Before we break down the Royal Rumble matches, Daniel, do your thing. Who's your girl of the show?
I think I'm going to go with Dakota Kai. I'm going to give a shout out to another injured
Didn't she get hurt?
Yeah, she's hurt, but still smoking hot. Threw Ed off there. He definitely thought I was going with Bliss since she's back.
I'm really, really disturbed by your definition of smoking hot. But if that's what you want to go with, at least it's not.
What? You don't even know what she looks like. The last time you watched NXT, we went NXT watched you, which was never.
Man, I played WWE Supercar. I know what she looks like.
Describe her.
She
No.
looks like Ruby Riott without tattoos.
No, she does not.
Okay.
What?
Oh, that's so good. All right.
Oh, no, we're not moving on because I'm about to screen share, and you're gonna tell me that she's not hot.
Okay.
I'm gonna screen share, and you're gonna tell me that this.
Daniel, this is not good radio.
Oh, yes, it is.
Will you hurry up? We got stuff to do.
She's not good looking.
Okay. All right. I'm wrong.
I know.
Okay. I'm wrong, and let me tell you why. Where was that? Her Twitter feed? Because that's why. That's why I'm wrong. So there, I used my own catchphrase on myself. Are you guys entertained?
I'm just happy you admitted you were wrong for the first time ever.
Oh, it's not the first time I've been wrong. It's not the first time I've admitted it either. It's just the first time you've actually paid attention to this show, what's happening on it, or the words that are coming out of my mouth.
You understand the words that are coming out of my mouth?
I knew he was going there. All right, let's move on. Let's play one of my favorite games, and this is Over Under, where I'm going to give you a line, and you're going to tell me if you're taking the over or the under. Daniel, first one's to you. Men's Royal Rumble match. We have 20 announced participants. The over-under for legends appearing, and these count as gentlemen that are 100% completely and totally retired, so basically everybody you haven't seen in a year minus Kane and the Big Show. 2.5. You taking the over or the under?
Under.
Okay. Anybody else want to chime in there?
Wait. Taker is included in...
We've seen him in the last year, so he is not a legend.
Okay. Yeah. Under.
Okay. Anybody else want to chime in there? Over, under?
I think it would be under, and I was gonna make a little claim. I think Sean's gonna be in it.
Oh, interesting. Jaime, you got a thought?
I'm going under here.
Fair enough. Jaime, the next one's to you. I'm putting it at 1.5 that Kofi Kingston unorthodoxically saves himself. How many times does he do it?
0. So under.
Okay.
They have been building it up too much. Like, you remember when in the past Coffee used to save himself, but nobody really builds it up. But now they're putting it in storylines how Coffee saves himself. So how about now he fails? He starts to fail.
Yeah, maybe his jumps are just a little latte or late. I'm sorry.
I love coffee.
Oh man, it's so good with a little bit of cream and sugar.
I'm sorry, I'm laughing at your accent, but dude, you were a latte wrong about this coffee style.
That was a better pun, Daniel.
That was a good one.
1.5, Daniel. Yes or no? Higher or low?
Lower.
Adam?
It'll be under, but he always gets one. The pancake spot last year was great.
Oh, yeah, totally agree with you. Adam, the next one's to you.
I'm sorry, Jaime. I'm sorry.
Eliminations by one dude or dudette. Most amount by one person, 7.5. You going higher or lower?
Well, Roman's not in it. Is Braun in it?
Let's check. I don't believe has been announced. No. He has not been announced.
I'll go over. Anyway.
Fair enough. Daniel?
I'll go over.
Okay, Mr. Barista over there. Over or under?
Over.
Over. All right. Daniel, next one's to you. Shocking returns. Maybe not. I don't know this guy's name. It's not Alpha, but what is his name? You know who I'm talking about, right?
Talking about the Omega?
I think that's his name, but I'm not sure. I don't.
Well, that wouldn't be a shocking return. That would be
a shocking entrant. Then.
Okay.
It's at 0.5. Are we going to see one or no? Also, other people that, just to clarify, may also count are people that haven't either ever been employed by the company, maybe somebody from, maybe a Hall of Famer somewhere, somebody that just got into the Hall of Fame.
NXT? Does NXT
no,
count?
NXT does not count. Or maybe somebody that left the WWE under less than ideal circumstances.
I'm going to say over 0.5. I think we get one shot. We didn't get really a shocking entrant last year, did we?
No, not really. I think
No.
what they thought was going to be shocking last year was Dolph coming back, and that kind of just fell flat at number 30. So
yeah.
Well, and that goes back to one thing I
We
wanted.
got Ray. We did get Ray. We got Ray Mysterio.
Well, one thing I wanted to mention when somebody was talking about, R-Truth being the number 30 entrant, I think they announced who number 30 was to prevent stuff like Bautista happening. At least if people know, hey, R-Truth's coming out at number 30.
Wow, I forgot all about him. That's actually a really good one.
So there's that.
That would be a shocking return. I mean, yeah, I think over one, and I think I think you might actually brought up a good point with Bautista because of that promo that him and H cut in the ring on SmackDown Live.
H is out though now. They can't. That's what they were. I think that's what they were going with. But when when he
Is
tore
he
his
out?
back.
Is he out past Mania?
I think that's what they're saying. He's a freak, though. You never know. And I've been reading this is dirt sheet stuff, but I've been hearing that it's going to be Randy and Batista.
I would be okay with that too.
Oh, I would be too. I just want to see Batista, man. I love Batista. I liked him back in the day. He's awesome.
Fair enough. Jaime, over under 0.5. Shocking entrance. Go.
Over.
Okay. Fair enough. Adam. High risk moves backfiring. In other words, guys, coming off the top rope and not landing in the ring, but out of it. I'm putting it at 1.5. What do you got?
I think you should have put this at like 4 or 5.5, man. I'm going over for sure. It always happens. It always happens.
Okay.
There's only one that sticks out to me, and it's Jack Gallagher and his fucking
With the umbrella? Yes. Love it. I was actually thinking the same.
Okay. Jaime.
You said 1.5. I'm gonna go under. I think it's just gonna be 1.
Okay. Jaime, what do you think?
It's going to be under.
Okay. Fair enough. Jaime, this last one's to you. I'm putting it at a solid 1. How many spots are going to get stolen? In other words, guys, entrance music comes out, gets assaulted on the ramp, it gets announced during the show, he's coming out at X number, and then somebody pays him for said number, a la the $1 Million Man, or somebody assaults him on the ramp, or maybe this guy's announced already at a particular number, and then gets tricked out of it, perhaps. I'm putting it at 1, Jaime. Over or under. Or push.
Push.
So you're thinking
1.
You're thinking like I am then.
Yeah.
Push.
Did I have a good fantasy booking idea? Maybe.
I think Truth does not come out at 30.
So I had a good fantasy booking idea. I want to hear your fat little face say it, Dan.
That's what I've been thinking all along, though.
You can't just give me one time, can you? I admitted I was
No.
wrong. You can't just give me this.
Okay, Ed, this was a great question. I will give you credit for that.
Thank you.
This is a great question to get us to get Jaime to think about it.
Hey, Dan.
And Adam,
Dan.
because Adam sounded surprised when I said that.
GFY. GFY.
I wouldn't even think about that, but like fantasy booking wise, I would love it if that did happen, because I just think R-Truth's underwhelming at 30. Man. I think everybody, not everybody, but I think a lot of people would agree with me in that. But I will go 0, and I will tell you why. When you think of where it's going to be at Chase Field, that is a long ramp, and it's going to be really far, so nobody is going to be knocking anybody down on that ramp, I feel like, or however they set it up.
That's the perfect way to do it with a long ramp. Because you can get a running start on somebody.
0. I am really excited to see actually just like what the whole stadium looks like. You don't see a lot of baseball ones in baseball stadiums, so it's going to be really neat to see.
They had
might get pyro for this one as well. I'm interested.
I mean, they've had WrestleManias in baseball stadiums.
They've had 1.
2.
2003.
3. Safeco Field, both of them at the Sky Dome.
Oh my God, that's not a baseball stadium. That's a everything stadium.
It's still a baseball stadium.
It is.
Joe Carter definitely ended a World Series in a baseball stadium in the Sky Dome.
That's right. But
all right.
So we have 23 of the 30 entrants announced for the Women's Royal Rumble, and 20 of the 30 announced for the Men's Royal Rumble. Do we want to speculate on who these 17 remaining contestants could be?
Well, let's take a look at them. I mean, we have nobody announced of the call-ups, do we? No, because we don't see EC3. Lars Sullivan's not on there. Both of them guys figure to make it.
Well, Lars Sullivan, I don't even know if he's back yet. Apparently, he was having like some real anxiety issues, and that's why he hasn't appeared yet.
Interesting.
I don't think Lars is coming out.
I think EC3 comes out at number 3.
I can see that.
I like it.
Is Ty Dillinger coming out again at 10, or is that played out?
I think if he doesn't, then
The crowd will riot.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So he's just got to come out every year?
I'm just gonna do that for you guys really quick, by the way.
That's helpful.
So you can see the 10 that are out there, and I will also do this really quick.
That's exactly what I'm looking at. Anyway. So, yeah, okay. Let's see what we got here as Dan plays with our screens. So, Jaime, let's go to you first. Out of the 20 that you see on your screen right now, who has the best shot, in your mind, of winning this?
Drew McIntyre.
Give us a reason why.
Well, Drew McIntyre is a good performer. He's a big guy, and Vince is pretty high on him as of late. So it makes sense that he wins the Royal. He wins for me. Yeah, he wins.
Okay. Adam?
I've been saying it from the beginning, Seth Rollins, for a couple reasons. One, he's my boy, favorite wrestler. Number two, it's gonna be him and Brock at Mania, man. I read the dirt sheets every once in a while. I'm a mark. I'm sorry. It's terrible of me. Damn you, Dave Meltzer.
Hey, leave Uncle Dave out of this, all right? But, so who is your pick then?
I have to pick someone on this list.
What do you have in mind, Daniel?
Braun. I think Braun wins.
Explain.
I think it's Braun Lesnar at Mania.
Again.
Braun Lesnar at Mania, and this is when Braun takes the title off of Lesnar.
Okay. Fair enough.
So I'm going to put him on the list, too, that I have right here next to it.
Okay, so we have the 20 guys announced. You've added EC3, Braun, and Ty Dillinger. That still leaves us 7 names that we don't see coming. We don't see Jeff Hardy or Matt Hardy.
Yeah, Hardy's there.
Yeah, Jeff Hardy's on there.
Oh, so he is. How about Matt Hardy?
No, I don't think so.
I don't think he's come back either yet.
Okay.
Do we think
Batista?
You think Batista?
I think Batista.
Let's put Batista on there. So now we got 24.
That would be our shocking entrant.
Okay. How about a legend or two? I mean, obviously Batista counts as a legend. So who do we got? Maybe
Mark Henry?
What famous wrestlers are from Arizona? Is there anybody that sticks out that would make a lot of sense here?
If you're trying to hint at something towards me, I have no idea.
I'm not. Either. I'm legit asking the question.
Yeah, Jaime, you got any ideas?
Dolph Ziggler lives in Arizona, but he isn't
from
natively from Arizona. Yeah, he's a natively from Arizona. He just lives there.
No, he is from Hollywood, Florida. Do you guys not listen? God. I know you guys ignore Lillian and just watch her, but come on, you gotta listen to these things. He is billed from Hollywood, Florida.
He does live in Arizona.
Sure, but he's billed from Hollywood, Florida.
Yeah, he's billed from Hollywood, Florida. You're right.
He is from Cleveland.
I mean, I can't... should we just put, Mustafa? Well, no, he's already announced.
Well, Dolph's not, is he? Do you see Dolph Ziggler on that list? Because I don't.
No, Dolph's not on the list.
Well, put Dolph on our list.
I'm fine with putting Dolph on there.
Dolph's in.
But the thing is Dolph is a comedy show after the Royal Rumble. After the Royal Rumble show. It starts immediately afterwards.
He comes out third, gets eliminated 15th, has an hour.
EC3 come out?
He comes
out.
out.
I know what you're saying. I'm just giving you a hard time.
I'm just saying he has enough time to appear and still get there.
All right, so that's what, 5?
Sure. So we're at 25. We got to have another legend come out.
I have no idea.
God, man, this is way harder than I thought it was going to be.
Does Big Slow count?
Let's put him on the list. Why not? While we're at it, let's put Kane on the list.
Well, here's the issue, right? Now we're at 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. If we put Kane on there, that's 7, and we still don't have any NXT guys, which we know some NXT guys are going to show up.
Ricochet.
I don't think it's Ricochet. I think it's Dream.
Black.
I think it's Cole.
The Dream would be.
I don't think we get Black.
Yeah, I don't think Adam Cole's gonna come out because he came out last year. But...
Yeah, I'm right there with you on Cole. I don't think he's it.
Do you think Cole? Yes or no?
No. But
Okay.
Dream, yes.
I'm outvoted. Okay,
The
then
Dream's a good one. I like the Dream.
So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. I'm not putting Kane on there because I don't.
He's got mayor duties.
Yeah,
I'm telling you, Aleister Black will be there.
All right, I'll put Black on there.
Okay, so now we're at 28. Is there anybody else from NXT?
No, we're at 27.
Dan, you need to learn how to count.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7.
So we got 2 more names. These gotta be surprise names, right? Like, these are people that we'd never expect.
Jason Jordan.
I'm telling you, Kenny Omega.
God, what a moment that would be.
I mean, I'll put him on there just because you said it. That's the only reason why I'm putting him on there. But I don't think it happens.
I think it does. I was thinking that too. I mean, there's got to be one. Holy crap! Did this just happen?
That would be Omega.
That would be Omega.
Yeah, for sure. In my opinion. One more.
Shane.
Shane O'Mac?
He's not pulling double duty.
You don't think?
I don't think he's pulling double duty either.
I mean,
I got it. I got it. I got it.
We all have been discounting the possibility that the Miz wins the Rumble and challenges Daniel Bryan at WrestleMania.
I just don't think fans can get behind him that much. I really don't. But I'm so against the Miz. I'm probably in the minority on
Really?
World perspective.
Really?
Dude, I'm a Miz
Really?
hater. I am.
I feel like we get EC3. I guess we could technically count as the third NXT star, even though he's been on the main roster now. But I don't know who the last person could be. I think it's just someone we don't expect.
Who are the other call-ups that just kind of got called up? They had like a bunch of vignettes.
Heavy Machinery.
Had like
Heavy Machinery.
Yeah.
So one of them. Yeah, one of them.
No, I mean, I disagree, but
No, I
I
don't see it either. Is there anybody that's injured that's about to be done with an injury?
Jason Jordan.
Jason Jordan is not somebody.
Jaime, I'm about to kick you from this call.
Killian Dane.
Oh, now that is interesting.
Now you know what? I can get behind that.
Just got married to Nikki Cross.
Okay, I can get behind that.
What?
Now we got the.
Whoa! If they ever had an argument, you couldn't understand it.
Yeah.
Jesus
All right,
Christ!
so now let's move on to the women's rumble.
Lita, Trish Stratus. Just
I'll put
Yeah.
Lita.
Trish and Michelle McCool.
Hold on. We only have 7 spots.
Oh.
Lita, Trish.
well,
I think we see Bianca Belair.
okay.
She's one of the.
No, I know who she is.
What about like people from the like the Mae Young Classic? Io.
Oh,
Shirai.
Yeah.
take off Kenny Omega. Hold on.
I think it's Sane.
Take off Kenny Omega and put Pete Dunne. Take off the Big Show and put the other guy, the other British guy.
Tyler Bate.
Tyler Bate.
Yes, Tyler Bate.
No, I think we get him.
No, too early.
Who is that?
Too early,
You
Dan.
don't know who he is. I think I made.
No.
You're right. It might be too early.
It's too early.
You think it's Tyler Bate?
I'm thinking they're gonna bring in somebody from the
Okay.
UK NXT.
Please explain to me who that was, though.
So this is what I want you to do. Before we hang up on this call, you don't have to do it on the show. I just want you to get on YouTube and search Walter Chops.
Walter Chops.
You won't
Just
regret
search
it.
Walter Chops.
You won't regret it. Like, I'm not an indie guy. Trust me, you won't regret it. Anyway, back to the chicks. We got 23. We got 3 now.
I think we get. Did Kairi Sane show up last year, Jaime?
No.
No.
Put her on.
Did we get Sane? Could we possibly?
We only
get-
got Ember Moon from NXT.
Is there a Bella? Is any of the Bellas cleared to wrestle?
Well, it's in Arizona, and the Bellas live.
Exactly.
Yeah, that's a good one.
Brie? I feel like this could be a Brie spot. No, it's only going to be one of them.
You think it's only going to be one?
I think it's Nikki.
Okay, well then we have 2 spots.
Just put
left.
Slash. It's going to be one of them.
I'll those two fellas.
Fine. All right, so we got 23, 26, 28, two more.
Do we
Tony
get
Storm.
Baszler? Do we get Shayna Baszler? Or Tony Storm? Or Rhea Ripley?
I'd say Baszler probably is your best bet there.
I like that.
Maybe? It'll depend. Whoever loses that women's championship match on NXT the night before, the loser will be in the Rumble.
That card's all done too, right?
Yeah, we're going to talk about that here in a little bit.
Hold on. Naya's in the Rumble, right?
Yes, she is.
Yeah, Naya's announced. So these
What
are the announced names we have because we didn't read these off. We didn't read them off for the men, but there's a little bit. The women are. It's a little bit. I feel like it's a little bit more prevalent here. Lacey Evans, Alexa Bliss, Nikki Cross, Nia Jax, Lana, Dana Brooke, Tamina, Charlotte Flair, Peyton Royce, Billie Kay, Mickie James, Naomi, Zelina Vega, Alicia Fox, Sonya Deville, Mandy Rose, Sarah Logan, Liv Morgan, Ruby Riott, Bayley, Natalia, Ember Moon, and Carmella. Carmella's coming out number 30.
What if they put in Jazzy Gabbard, a young classic competitor, a foreign Nia Jax, and she gets face to face with Nia Jax?
I like where you went there, but Jazzy Gabbard has had no connection to the WWE since the first Mae Young Classic, and I don't know if she's cleared to compete yet because she did have neck surgery, I believe, about 6 to 8 months ago.
Awesome, Kong. Book it.
You mean Karma.
All right, we got one spot left. Do we think that there's another
Molly Holly.
Okay.
Gail Kim.
Very possible.
How about Gail Kim?
Gail Kim's
Gail
going to be
Kim's
the
under
Impact
contract
Women's
with
Champion.
TNA.
Still? Okay.
Yeah,
No.
she's actually, I think, challenging for the title here shortly. All right, Daniel, would you like to get to your stuff before we go to NXT, or you want to do NXT? We didn't even make our picks yet.
Yeah, we didn't make our picks for the Women's Rumble.
Okay, so Jaime, who's your pick? Did we pick the men yet either? I don't think we picked the men either.
Yes, we did. Because I asked you if I had to pick somebody that was on the.
Oh, I didn't pick.
You
But-
didn't pick. Yeah, you did not. Who do you got?
I don't know. Somebody not named on that on either of the list. Either the list we made or the one on there. It's going to be somebody we don't know.
Roman comes back. That's Ed's pick.
What a pop that would be, though.
John Cena. I'm picking John Cena.
John Cena's on the list, but that's fine.
No, I'm just saying, like, I was being facetious, Daniel. But I'm just saying, like, he wins the Rumble. He's the only, 4-time winner now. He goes to WrestleMania, wins.
3 times.
Okay, so him and Austin will be the only 3-time guys to win. He wins number 17, cements himself as the best WWE wrestler ever, loses the belt a month later at whatever the next pay-per-view is to Finn Balor or, hell, Sheamus for all I care, and rides off into the sunset and goes into the Hall of Fame next year.
That ain't gonna happen.
That's how John Cena ends his career. Rumble, Mania, Sayonara.
Okay.
Plausible.
On to the Women's Rumble.
Not gonna happen.
Jaime, who do you have?
Ember Moon.
Okay.
Adam?
Who did I pick last time? I think I picked Trish. I'm gonna stick with her, man. Maybe she's just got to run. You never know. I'm picking Trish Stratus.
Dan, we know where you're going, right?
I'm going with Charlotte.
Yeah, so am I. It's just, it makes too
I
much
feel like
damn
that's
sense.
just such the I don't know, easy pick, but it's
I
easy.
mean, but
It makes
Rod,
sense.
yeah, it makes sense. All
Well,
right.
it's an easy pick because Becky Lynch is still hot right now, but everyone's ignoring
Becky
Ronda
is
Rousey.
always going to be hot.
It's in hot in the storylines.
I'm just saying, she's always hot anyway. All right, Dan, I got the NXT card right here. Let's go from bottom to top. And let me tell you, like, not a huge indie guy, but this is one hell of a card. Matt Riddle takes on Cassius Ohno, also known as Chris Hero. Dan, who you got?
Riddle.
Adam?
Matt Riddle, absolutely, and I have met him, and he is such a cool dude, man.
All right, Jaime, real quick, we're running out of time. Who do you got?
Matt Riddle.
Ricochet, the North American champion, takes on Johnny Gargano in one of the 4 matches on Saturday that could be the match of the weekend. Jaime, who do you got?
Ricochet.
Adam.
I think Gargano needs it. I'm gonna pick Gargano.
Daniel?
No, but if Gargano
Gargano.
used it,
Okay. I'm going with Ricochet. Just because. The Undisputed Era, Kyle O'Reilly and Roderick Strong. Which, by the way, if anybody doesn't hear those names in the voice of Mauro Ranallo, are you really a wrestling fan? We'll take on the War Raiders of Hanson and Rowe for the NXT Tag Team Championships. Daniel.
Undisputed Era. Actually, War Raiders. War Raiders. And I'll tell you why after everybody makes it there.
Okay, Jaime.
Undisputed Era.
Adam.
War!
No. Daniel, tell me why we're correct.
Why we are correct is because Tommaso Ciampa and Johnny Gargano are going to reform DIY as a heel tag team, and they want all of the NXT gold. And they are going to then challenge the War Raiders with Johnny Gargano as the North American champion. Here's my pick for the championship match, Tommaso Ciampa.
Okay.
And they are going to become
Stop.
North American Tag Team and NXT champions.
You
There's
can
some
never,
edge booking for
ever complain about my fantasy booking again. Shayna Baszler will defend the NXT Women's Championship against Bianca Belair. Jaime, who wins?
I'm going with Shayna here. Sorry, Bianca.
Daniel.
I actually didn't know this was the women's match, and I'm going to go with Bianca Belair, and I'm taking her off the freaking Rumble.
It's too late. It's too late. We already did that. We'll move past it. It's history.
I'm just saying.
Adam, who wins?
I just don't think anybody, even Shayna, really is over enough to be holding the belt. So it stays with Shayna.
I'll tell you who wins. The concession stand, because if this goes on second to last, it's a popcorn match. In the main event of the evening, Tommaso Ciampa will defend his NXT Championship against Aleister Black. Adam, who wins the main event? And who goes to the main roster?
The best heel in the world right now, Tommaso Ciampa.
Jaime.
Tommaso Ciampa.
Daniel, we already know, right?
Yeah. Yep, it's Ciampa.
Y'all are wrong. And let me tell you why. Because Aleister Black has taken over. He is the face of NXT. He is reborn as the next Undertaker. Because if you all remember, when the Undertaker went his really, really dark turn, it was Aleister Black's character just 20 years ago. Aleister Black is going to run NXT and then move to the main roster in a year. It's his time to have his long run with the championship. He wins.
He had a run.
He gets another one. How many two-time NXT champions have there been?
Like 2 or 3.
Exactly. Aleister Black's the next one. All right, Daniel. Let's start. Well, before we get to your stuff, Jaime, fighter match of the show.
TJ Dillashaw. Henry Cejudo versus TJ Dillashaw. So Cejudo knocks Dillashaw out in 32 seconds.
You know, it always doesn't have to be a UFC match. It can be a wrestling match.
That fight was terrible, and that was an early stoppage. Pick something else.
It can be a boxing match. It can be a matchup between a cornerback and a wide receiver, where there clearly should have been a flag.
The Cerrone fight was the best fight on that card.
Anyway, Jaime, pick something else. We're out of time, Daniel. Go with your stuff.
All right, so a few things that we need to cover. Aiden English is now on 205 Live commentary. Does
Interesting.
this mean we're going to see Aiden English in the 205 roster soon?
Is he under 205?
Are you kidding me? You think that matters? Kayfabe numbers.
Yeah, I mean, if...
Matt Hardy was a cruiserweight at one point.
Hey, Matt Hardy was legit a cruiserweight at one point. I'm just saying, if Abyss can hold the X Division Championship, I guess anything is possible. Now, Dan...
What a great segue there, Ed. Speaking of Abyss, it has been rumored, rumor came out about a few hours ago that Abyss is signing with WWE, possibly in a producer role, but I wonder if there will be any on-screen time for him. And not only is Abyss signing with the WWE, he drug his friend Sanjay Dutt along with him.
Ooh.
Sanjay Dutterson put his name on a company line? Interesting.
So, do you guys assume, like me, that Sanjay Dutt just goes straight to 205 Live?
No.
No, he's going straight to NXT as a trainer. He already did there part-time.
He goes straight to the Royal Rumble?
No.
I don't think so.
No, but he would get zero pop.
Are you kidding
Who is
me?
this guy?
Abyss is gonna get more pops.
Wait, I see. The thing is the rumor is Abyss is rumored to be going there as a producer. So we'll see. The last thing on, I'm saving my favorite thing for last, so this isn't last. Some few names that have been rumored to have been signed with for the next upcoming class in NXT. Rachel Ellinger. This looks like she's finally going to sign. ACH, former ROH champion, one of the best indie workers out there right now. Sam Shaw, I'm not familiar with him. Maybe somebody out there knows something about him. Go ahead. There's a tag team from Canada that signed, Scott Parker and Shane Matthews. Jonah Rock, I've seen a lot of his work in PG Pro Wrestling Guerrilla, and he's going to be a good sign. And then also one more Impact name that I think we spoke about a few weeks ago, maybe not on the show, but Trevor Lee has also signed with WWE.
Yeah, I think that was on the show that mysteriously went into the void of the recycle bin because we sucked.
And last but not least, the Canellises have been pulled off the road by the WWE. So this
Almost nobody cares.
But maybe you will, because there was a time where you liked the Canellises.
It was one.
Always wanted a miracle. So could we see a miracle in all Elite Wrestling?
That would be the place for them to go.
That's
and
the
actually
only
be
place
displayed
for
and
them
not
to
just
go.
be put on Superstars, probably.
That's the only place for them to go because.
Are the Revival done, basically, after taking that loss on Monday, too? Like,
That's what I was thinking. The way they were jobbing out.
Like, do you guys think that they're going to get released and go to AEW as well? Like, it seems like there's a lot of people that have been rumored to go there. Dolph Ziggler's another one.
I would like the
Apparently,
Revival to go to New Japan. I think their style is really fit.
Stop. Everybody gets rumored to go everywhere because people think they're underutilized. You only have so much time in a watered-down industry anyway to make stars. Despite how talented everybody and their fucking brother is, not everybody can be a star, for one. And for two, if you want to bring up Dolph Ziggler, that's fine. But 2 years ago, he was rumored to go to New Japan. 4 years ago, he was rumored to go to Ring of Honor. 6 years ago, he was rumored to go to New Japan. And you know what's happened each and every time? Dolph Ziggler has stayed. Just because people...
Typically brought up Ziggler to trigger you.
I don't think Dolph's going anywhere, but I do think the Revival will be going somewhere.
I'm just saying, we all need to temper all of this. Hey, they're going here, they're going here, they're going here. Especially to the AEW when they haven't even had a damn show yet.
This sounds like a rant I would go on.
They haven't even done a show. We're all writing them like they're the greatest thing since the German suplex.
But you know what's interesting? From all the people, from all the teams, from all the wrestlers, the superstars that asked for their release, the Revival are still on TV. So, you never know.
To put over talent, in my opinion. Like, just to... Yeah,
no, but rumor has it that they're putting these unhappy, quote-unquote unhappy superstars in interesting storylines so to convince them to stay.
Is it interesting?
No. Because it's people like us that talk into computers or sit in their parents' basements typing stuff for dirt sheets with absolutely no basis of fact. Just because, hey, we haven't seen this guy on TV for 2 weeks, and oh my god, he's the greatest thing ever on an indie show in front of 50 people, and nobody really watched him then, but I watch him and I love him, so he should really go here and get paid millions of dollars even though he can't really make anything. That's what these people are. They make these rumors with no basis of fact for us to talk about and get all excited when nothing is going to happen. We need to pace
that was
ourselves.
Just something to wrestle with, Bruce Pritchard.
We need to pace ourselves. All I'm saying. It's fine to get excited over stuff you read on the internet, but just remember, stuff you read on the internet.
I agree. I don't think we're all falling into the hype train that much. This is what we're doing, man.
All right.
I'm just saying, like, Ed, you loved Mike Bennett when he was the Miracle. Would that not spark your interest some? If
No.
You brought that gimmick back? You're a fucking liar.
No. The only reason I loved Mike Bennett was because I loved Mike Bennett's wife.
Not PG anymore, boys and girls.
I said it was. It's still PG.
No, I've said it twice, so we're done well past that. And besides, we have the explicit rating on iTunes anyway. Let's start wrapping everything up. Adam, do you have an obscure wrestling historical fact of the show?
Yeah, another show everybody should watch. I've been watching a lot of Rumbles lately, and this will be my last Rumble rant because obviously it's this weekend. So I watched 08 today. Anybody know who won 08?
Cena,
he came back. He tore his pec in October, and he came back in January. They thought he was going to be out 9 months. He came back in like 4. And the pop he got was just monstrous, man. And that goes to show you that everybody who hates on Cena all the time, and I am a hater of him a lot of times, but he gets a response all the time. And that's what you really look for in superstars of any kind, whether it's good, whether it's bad. Same with Roman Reigns. It's a response. So go check out that 08 Rumble and see the pop that Cena gets. It's unreal. It's in Madison Square Garden. And I love that. One last thing. I love Madison Square Garden for the fact that they have the hard cam is on the entrance. I just think that's really cool. Absolutely.
Daniel, you look lost in thought. Give me the one thing we missed this week.
We still haven't talked about the NXT TakeOver, the UK card. So until we bring that up and we talk about that a little bit, we're going to miss that every single time.
We'll get that next time. Just next time. Jaime, what's one big thing that we've missed?
Manny Pacquiao versus Adrian Broner. I had to get that out.
Fair enough.
I mean, you missed that when you don't talk about that as the fight of the show.
Adam, what's the one big thing we missed?
I missed my getting a haircut this weekend. So yeah, that was the thing I missed.
We can tell.
Why don't you just donate some of that to Ed, though?
Oh my god.
Just because... Look,
don't be hating on Butters.
I'm glad you guys got me to this point.
Ed, what did we miss today?
It's not what we missed today. It's what was missed on Sunday. And what was missed on Sunday was a blatant pass interference, blow to the head, hitting a defenseless receiver penalty that should have given the Saints a first and goal in enough time for them to run out the clock, kick a field goal, and go to the Super Bowl. But instead,
You're about to trigger me.
A long-suffering fan base has to suffer once again because it wasn't bad enough to have their team violently ripped from their still beating hearts and taken to the land of fun and sun by a rich, maniacal owner who cared nothing more than about money. Now we have to watch them go to the Super Bowl with a bunch of players that were drafted because they were so bad in our city. So now the former St. Louis Rams are going to the Super Bowl on the strength of referees who completely missed one of the more blatant calls, and it will go down in playoff history as one of the biggest blunders, right up there with the fumble and the drive, which still burns me about Cleveland. We have to suffer. Not only do we have to suffer that, we're also going to have to suffer watching that Patriots Adam Vinatieri field goal against the St. Louis Rams over and over and over and over and over and over and over again this week, putting another shatter in our already broken hearts. Not to mention the Blues are terrible. It's been a tough winter for us.
Ed, is the team that the Patriots started the dynasty against the team that ends the Patriots dynasty?
No. Because let me tell you why. It has become...
Jesus, that was so...
No. It has become blatantly obvious that the NFL has an agenda. And that agenda was to bring each coast together, the largest market on the West Coast, and the most famous team that everybody has so much vitriol against. Put them in the biggest game of the year in one of the biggest places ever. The NFL rigged this. That's why the refs didn't throw that flag. That's why a referee is on camera saying to Tom Brady in the fourth quarter, "You know I got you." It's on camera. We heard it. The NFL rigged this playoff system to put the Patriots and the Rams together to bring both coasts because they know that nobody's going to watch the damn Super Bowl because of who they have at halftime and because the Saints and the Chiefs would not be as big of a draw, and they were the two best teams in the playoffs. This is a rigged system.
No, they weren't. The
How do you
Chiefs'
figure?
defense is miserable. You need to have a team. The
No,
Chiefs' defense
no,
is miserable.
no, you don't. Dan, did the Baltimore Ravens have a team when they won the Super Bowl?
Hey, one at a time. Come on, this is good content, but one at a time.
Did the Baltimore Ravens have a complete team when they won the Super Bowl? No, they had a defense, and who was the quarterback? Ty Detmer?
Joe Flacco?
The first Super Bowl. Trent Dilfer, thank you.
Whatever. They have the best defense of all time. That's a little different. Defense wins championships. There's a reason that is a saying. The Chiefs, they have like the historically like ninth worst defense ever. You can't.
Yeah, but
win
here's
by
the
that.
If Patrick Mahomes gets the football in overtime, the Chiefs are going to the Super Bowl.
That's
You're
another
absolutely
thing.
right.
That's another thing. I think it's ridiculous that people are saying change the OT rules. That is the most ridiculous thing I've ever heard. Like, oh my God, Mahomes didn't get a chance to answer.
Adam,
It's the rules.
1958, the Baltimore Colts versus I think it was the Jets. All right.
Let me interrupt with
Was
what
the,
we
hold on,
missed.
hold on.
Undertaker spotted on an Impact event.
Weird.
Okay.
He's looking rough.
What were you misquoting, Dan?
It hasn't always been sudden death. The overtime rule used to be that you played the full quarter, which is
Okay.
how I personally think it should be.
Why
No.
do you want to play a whole nother quarter? That's injuring more people. It's just.
So why not change it to college style?
Thank you. That's what I've been saying the whole time. Go with the college stuff. Or
I just
screw
don't
it.
understand.
Eliminate the linemen. Go with 7-on-7 from the 30. Nobody wants to watch defense anyway. 7-on-7. Just screw it. Just go with that.
Something does need to change with overtime. Sudden death is stupid.
I don't agree. It's not sudden death. They did change it. If you get a field goal,
Right?
No.
You don't get a chance to
that
score.
was a chance.
Right, but it's dumb that both teams don't get a chance to score if one scores a touchdown. That's stupid and asinine.
They did change the rule
Here's the thing.
in a way a few years ago for the field goals. Like it used to just be kick a field goal.
Baseball. How does overtime work in baseball?
I don't even want to talk about baseball. Who watches baseball?
Now you're about to get booted. But unfortunately, dude, guys, we are way over time. We need to wrap this up.
No, we don't.
I'm not
As
editing
Tony
this
Schiavone
show.
said, we are desperately out of time.
We are. We're going to have to save this for next week. But we're going to do what we like to do best, and that's talk about ourselves. Jaime, where can people find you? What are you doing?
Loads of stuff.
Obviously.
Right now. Well, I bought my first project car from not so innocent people, I guess. So I'm scared about that, but hopefully it's safe. But most of my stuff is writing related.
Stop.
So you can find me on
Stop. Stop.
What?
You were a professional wrestler, or tried to be. You trained as an MMA fighter. You trained to be a race car driver, or training to. Now you're training to fix cars.
I'm not
And
trained.
now somehow, you're affiliated with the Filipino mafia. Which
I'm not. Hey, hear me out here. It's just paranoia hitting me that I got my first project car from shady people, but I don't know if they're really shady. Like,
ladies and
if
gentlemen,
something happened,
this will be the last time we hear from Jaime, because after this show airs, Jaime will be sleeping with the fishes, or the sushi, or the masubi, or whatever they eat in the Philippines. Daniel, where can people find... Or, hold on. We got to go to Adam first. And for those of you, since I cut Jaime off, you can find him at Babbel.com. He's the wrestling editor there. You can also follow his blog. It's on YouTube. It's everywhere. Jaime's a very important person. May he rest in peace. Adam,
Hey,
where can people
knock
find
on
you?
wood.
Follow me on Twitter at AdamMIZ93, and you can hear me talk about how big of babies all the NFL fans are. Also, I want to give a shout out to one of my little buddies, Jackson Cruthus. He needs a kidney transplant, and his father is actually giving him one on Wednesday. So I really hope that goes well. He's a big wrestling fan, so prayers to him.
Yeah, and just on a side note, we have a lot of fun here, but if anybody be an organ donor, get on some registries, help people out. You should never be buried with an organ in your body. Daniel, are you ready to talk now?
Yeah, I'm ready.
Where can people find you?
You guys can find me at twitter.com/DannyBananas and at twitch.tv/DannyBananas. Who knows when I'll stream again? Honestly, I haven't streamed in like over a month now.
Mm-hmm.
But click on that, click follow, have notifications turned on, and when I stream, you'll be the first to know.
Now, Dan, is there anything they can do? Any other way they can follow you? Maybe help you out?
I really don't want to do that plug because I haven't streamed in over a month.
It doesn't matter. Just do it anyway because it sets me up.
Okay. Yeah. So if you guys have Amazon Prime, you can link your Amazon Prime to your Twitch account. Adam, do you have Amazon Prime?
My girl does.
Yeah. So that's a perfect example. So you can link your girlfriend's Amazon Prime account to a Twitch account. You can go to twitch.tv/DannyBananas. You can click on the subscribe button and you can subscribe to me once per month for free. It costs you absolutely for free. It costs you absolutely nothing. You get a cool emote that you can spam in other Twitch chats, and you get to do that. Now, with Amazon Prime, Ed, is there any way that Amazon Prime benefits you?
Well, I'm glad you asked, Daniel, because with that very same Amazon Prime account that you can follow Daniel on once a month completely for free, you can also get ebook versions of my titles, such as Milestones, a fan's guide into what wrestling was and how we got here, or a collection of short stories written by me. How about the Dragon Proof Chronicles, a small children's book written and illustrated by myself, and much, much more. You can find that all in ebook versions exclusively for Amazon Prime members. You can also get those in hardback copies as well. Just type my name into the Amazon search bar. All that stuff will come up. Also, if you are ever in southeastern Ohio and wish to follow any of the news in and around Noble County, please pick up a copy of the Journal and Noble County Leader. You can also find us online at journal-leader.com. You can find me on Twitter, Ed at the Journal. That's ETATTHEJOURNAL. That's Ed at the Journal. And always remember to hashtag follow the leader. But, ladies and gentlemen, that's going to be all for the Cat Slocks and Chair Shots podcast. And once Daniel gets done doing a Tommy Chong impersonation, he'll remind you that if you're not down with us, we got 2 words for ya.
Keep listening.